A few weeks ago, the video Dear Mike popped up on my YouTube front page, and then I started seeing it everywhere. I saw people talking about it, I came across fan art, and it still randomly haunts my YouTube front page. If you haven't seen it, it's a unaired or lost Disney short animation from 28 about an inflatable deer named Mike who moves into the forest to become a real deer. If that doesn't get you excited, nothing will. The person who uploaded the video says they found the original on Vimeo. I am absolutely obsessed with lost media, so I felt that Dear Mike was a perfect fit for one of my fake anime VHS projects. What would this show look like if it were an old hand-drawn kids anime? Besides, I wanted to draw something less cursed and more wholesome for a change. So I sketched this cute little Mike just for fun at first, and that's actually where I got the idea for this project. So I decided to use it for the cover. And this character is honestly so super duper adorable. He also squeaks when he walks.
What are you doing? Come back!
So Dear Mike is a unaired 5-minute pilot animation made for the Shorty Mac Shorts, I'll just call it SMS, anthology series on Disney. I had to do some googling because I'm not that familiar with this thing, and SMS is a anthology short series that aired on Disney Channel around 26 to 27 or 28 with animations that were about 4 to 5 minutes long. They were meant to showcase these experimental cartoon pilots and test how they would work as full series. So obviously some of them never went past the pilot stage, like this little guy. And according to Reddit, there might be at least 23 of these short pilots, but only 8 are known so far, with Dear Mike being the latest one. And I love the comments on Dear Mike. Dear Mike is created by O.B. Scott Wade, and it was supposed to be about an inflatable deer who wants to move into the forest to become a real deer. His best friend is a porcupine, Harry, which is honestly a pretty funny and clever choice from their creators. Harry also says,
Lay off, Jab. No one pops Mike but me.
which kind of sounds like a threat or something else. I don't know. The forest is obviously a dangerous place for an inflatable toy, and Mike does end up popping up a couple of times. It doesn't hurt him though. He doesn't die, so it's fine. I think it's just kinda inconvenient or annoying for him. I guess the forest isn't really that dangerous for him, as long as Harry's around to, pump him back up again. One detail I really liked is that Mike has band-aids all over his body, since he's obviously full of holes. He's not that kind of a blow-up doll. So I wanted the band-aids to be part of his design. They could also move around, or new ones could show up as the series goes on. At first I also thought it would be pretty cute if one of his antlers was always empty and kind of droopy, but I ended up leaving that out. It definitely would have made him look extra cute though. So Mike gets into trouble when a bug named Jab catches him talking to his girlfriend Trillaquint, who straight up says she's not his girlfriend. So Jab is just a toxic asshole with his sidekicks.
Coke! Bring it! Pride! What's wrong, Kevin?
I don't know what to say.
Jab then challenges Mike to a fight, which ends up with him getting stuck in a tree and Mike popping again. So Harry inflates him again. Don't ask where that pump keeps coming from.
Where is she keeping them?
But he accidentally overfills him and Mike just floats off into the air. And that's where the pilot ends. Honestly, I agree with some of the comments that the animation style feels more like a Mad Skit or Adult Swim than a Disney's kids show, because it's such a weird mix of photorealism and puppet animation. But personally, I really like this. I find it charming and the humor fits the style, and it made me chuckle a couple of times.
Nice technique.
Thanks. My dad was a life raft.
This is between me and the blow-up toy here.
Actually, I prefer inflatable American. Yeah!
It also had some well-known voice actors like John DiMaggio, who is the voice of Bender from Futurama and who voices Jab. I think the series could have worked really well as it was back in 28. As an older 80s, 90s anime, it would definitely have been very different, and my version would probably be aimed at slightly younger kids. It would be funny if the other deer and animals were drawn more realistically, while Mike himself was clearly more simple and cartoony. He would just be a silly little guy. And in each episode he would run into different problems while trying to live in the forest and end up in trouble. Like being a pool toy. Well, he's not really a pool toy, I think. That can't swim. He would get inflated into different weird shapes. So there would be a ton of fun possibilities there. It would be a wholesome but still educational adventure anime, which is why I wanted to call it The Adventures of Dear Mike. For the art style, I took a lot of inspiration from older kids anime like Heidi, Girl of the Alps from 1979, Mabletown, and other Japanese children's shows. And I really like those vintage tapes with really bold colors where the text is kind of just placed all over the place. And I really love those colorful circle patterns you see on some VHS covers. I don't even know why they used to be so popular, but I like them, so I added those. And it was also surprisingly hard to make him look like an inflatable toy, but I tried my best. And the back cover text I took straight from the wiki. I was just really trying to make everything look a bit chaotic, since Mike is exactly the kind of character who's always getting himself into trouble. So this is how it came out. Volume 1, 5 episodes, total runtime 3 hours. Holy crap. My favorite is definitely that balloon Mike. He looks so super cute. And I also really like Jab. And Kevin. And here is the physical version. The colors never come out quite right on these actual covers. I always have to tweak them a lot. And I also had to drop out some effects completely, since they just didn't work as well here. I intentionally made these screenshots very pixelated and low quality, and I really like this. Like it's missing a chunk of print. It looks really real, even though it's just texture. And overall, I made everything look really worn. I actually found these textures on DeviantArt. I haven't said that name in like 8 years. Someone had scanned them for free use, so that was very kind of them. Thank you. And I made 2 copies again, one with a red and one with a green cover. I'm keeping one for myself, and I signed the other one, and this time I left it in a random flea market's free item section in Finland for someone to find. I also recorded the pilot onto the tapes. Don't sue me, please. So if someone ends up finding this someday, I hope you enjoy it. It's actually a really good shot, so I give it 5 stars. So yeah, hope you liked another one of these silly little VHS projects. While all the big companies are out there saying "F physical media," here I am drawing and making fake VHS tapes. And honestly, I think that's pretty cool. So have you seen Dear Mike? What did you think? Do you think it could have worked as a full series? Do you like the art style? And how do you think my beautiful anime version of Mike would work? What kind of episodes and storylines the series would have? Let me know down in comments, because I would love to hear your thoughts. I always think it's super interesting and cool when lost media just randomly pops up, especially animation. And for my next VHS project, I've got a pretty cool idea. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Give me a thumbs up if you did. And check out my previous videos. I draw all kinds of things, wholesome, not so wholesome. So check those out. Thanks for watching. As always, stay adorable, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye.